Hi, this is Corey Talbot from Hyde Tools, and I'm here in the Hyde demo room. We want to talk a little bit about putty knives and scrapers. There's lots of different kinds that are out there in the marketplace, and we're going to describe and tell you what it is, why it is there's so many different types, and what the features and benefits of each are. We're going to start with our Value Series line. This group of products is made for the homeowner, the casual user, a professional that's going to use it once and then maybe throw it away if they're using it in different types of materials where it's going to ruin the blade. This is a value group. It's got basically a stamped carbon blade. It has some flex to it, but it's not a ground blade. It is lacquered so that it has some protection to it, and it has a nice handle to it that's nice. It's a plastic handle that's formed correctly to your hand, easy to pick up. Next is the 3-inch stiff. It's in the same line, but this is made of a little bit thicker material, as you can see on the blade here. This is a scraping type of a product, and we have a couple of those in the line, but really we recommend that you go to the next line up in order to get to a scraping product. Next, we're going to talk about our Pro Project line of products. The sizes range from 1.5 to 6 inch, and this is a carbon steel blade that is ground. It's a straight grind, and then it's actually also polished, which gives it that nice shine that you could see there. It is a ground blade on the flex blades only, so that you have the ability to get some flex when these are obviously made for spreading. They have an overmold portion on the handle. This whole portion is overmold. It's got a hammerhead, which we call a hammerhead, and what it has, the use for that is when you're doing either nails or pounding in screws or pushing a board into place. That'll be utilized for that. On the stiff blades that you see down on this end, you see how the handle design is actually different from these two. And on the stiff blades, they have the overmold just where you need it. In other words, just where your hands or your fingers are going to be when you're actually utilizing the tool. The reason for that is this type of a tool is one that professionals will, and users in general, will always try to put in their pocket. And when you have an overmold, it kind of sticks and it's hard to get in and out of there. Again, it is a carbon steel blade, but it is not actually ground. It is a stiffer and an actual thicker material than you find on the blades that are made for spreading. Next, we've got our black and silver line of products. This is Hyde's iconic group of product. Black and silver has been in the line for over 100 years. It is a carbon steel blade, but is a hollow ground carbon steel blade, which basically means that down at the end here towards the handle, it's thicker, and then it's ground thinner so that you get that flex point when you're spreading material. And then it is thicker towards the end, which means more life or longer life, because the compound actually is very, very sandy and actually has the ability to eat away at the material, the steel that's on the edge here after a long period of time. So with extended use, a professional will want more meat on there. It just lasts longer. In addition to that, we do have the stiff or the heavy duty or the scraping type blades. They're known as all three. It is a thicker material, much thicker. It doesn't bend. It's much more durable and robust and meant for pushing off paint or other types of things that are on the material that you're trying to get off. It also has a full tang, and this is on all of the black and silver product. And it has that so that when you're pushing forward, or some people use it with a hammer and chisel with this thing, and when they do, it would damage the handle if you didn't have a full tang that went all the way up through, as well as a hammerhead on the end, which keeps that safe and doesn't break the material. It can also be used for setting screws or nails or anything else in a wall just before you start your mudding job. And at the very top of our line, we have the Pro Stainless group of products. Hyde pulled all of the stops on this line. It's a stainless steel product, and they're guaranteed forever. This is made for the professional. The number one issue with professionals is that their blades start to corrode and rust, and stainless steel you're obviously not going to have that issue with. We've taken all the best things about black and silver, so it's got the hollow ground blade, so it is thicker and then thinner and then thicker again, so you get the right bend point on all of the blades that are made for spreading compound. On these blades that are for scraping, the stiff blades, we've got a much thicker material. And what we've also done here is, on most of the other lines, we have a multi-tool, and this is actually an 8-in-1. And basically a multi-tool means that it does lots of different jobs besides just scraping paint. You can also clean your roller with it. You can open up a crack with it. You can actually use it for spreading compound if you really needed to in a pinch. The other things that we've added to this line is a much more durable and robust hammerhead. These are really meant for pounding in nails and pounding boards into place when you need to. This is a much higher price line, but in terms of the value, it's probably the highest value for the professional, because they're going to get many, many years of use out of these without them failing on them. Together, these products can make up a full line depending on what the user's needs, features, and benefits are that they're looking for, and what price point they're willing to pay.